How's it going, everybody? Pokemon Masterclass is back. I am sorry that my microphone sounds terrible, but my cool microphone broke. So hopefully sometime during the week I'll get another one. I got Justin here with me. Justin, say hello.
Hey, what's going on?
So Manaphy is getting suspect tested, and today is the 24th. I believe tomorrow we're going to get the result of the suspect test. We're going to find out if this Pokemon is banned out of BDSP OU or not. And we just wanted to give our thoughts on the Pokemon and, you know, some of the reasons that we think it might or might not get banned. So I've got the page up right here. The first thing that they're saying, obviously, is the access to Tail Glow and the pure water typing. And this Pokemon also gets a really nice move pool in Ice Beam. It's got grass moves, Psychic, Shadow Ball. It can U-turn, which I think is a little less viable, a little less usable. This Pokemon was a lot stronger when Rain was around. But Justin, what do you think about this Pokemon? Like, give me some of your initial thoughts on this Pokemon.
I mean, it's good. It's really strong. Like, you can't really. There's no denying that it's very powerful and has a good niche. It's just, I've already been kind of vocal on the channel before about my bias against special attackers or prevalent special attackers in the meta, just because of like the existence of Blissey and Clefable. Whether it's unaware or Magikarp doesn't matter. It's just really fat. But this set, especially obviously with Tail Globe, having the unaware set around means that it just walls it for literally ever, Thunder Waves it, and then anything else on the rest of the bench can take care of it. Same thing with Blissey, walls it for literally ever, Thunder Waves it, and then the rest of your team can just more easily take care of the problem.
Yeah, and to kind of prove your point here, I've got the damage calculator up right now, just for some real-time numbers here, and I just wanted to show off against Blissey, the physically defensive Blissey, even if you're at +3, Stab Surf only does 32 to 38% to
which
physically
means
defensive
literally
Blissey.
wall you all day.
Yes, and then like you said, there's
that might not even be it. That's like barely. You have to roll like quadruple sixes and you'll get a 3-shot. And that's without leftovers.
And this is assuming that this Blissey doesn't have soft boiled
or
protect leftovers, stuff like that. So
which they, let's be honest, in a competitive sense, they are always going to carry that. So this is a 4-hit KO if they never ever click a heal move.
Yes, and then I'm calculating against,
which is just not realistic. So basically, the Blissey walls him forever.
Yep, and then against unaware, physically defensive unaware Clefable, your Surf is doing 32 to 40%. So like you said, the
exact same amount of percentage, the exact same scenario with either Moonlight or Wish. So again, you just bounce. It's impossible to break through these walls. That's why I'm such a stringent believer in a more physically offensive team comp than a special one, because you run up against one Blissey or one Clef and it walls your whole team.
Yep. And then another thing that I want to point out, as we kind of transition into why we think this Pokemon could get banned. So you've made some great points as to why the Pokemon should not get banned, or some of the Pokemon's downfalls. And the last thing I wanted to say about its quote-unquote downfalls, it's got 100 base speed, which is good. But there are things that are faster, and priority is very, very, very prevalent and very popular and very powerful in this metagame. And that's something that really, really can't be understated.
Yep. So even if you don't factor in the Thunder Wave and you're just cutting its speed to just smittens, like everything has priority. And yeah, it does resist two of the main priority moves, being Bullet Punch and Ice Shard in the meta, but you're forgetting the fact that Mach Punch is really strong, and then there's the base 80 Extreme Speed, which from the standard banded Dragonite does like 50%. So it's
Yeah.
really not that hard to just come in and revenge it with anything. So there's just so many things in the meta that take care of it. So again, I started off by saying I do think it's strong. It's very strong, especially when we've talked about the lack of prevalent special attackers, especially water type special attackers in the meta. Base 100 is actually one of, like, I think he's top 5.
Yeah, but like to your point, that's why we ran Choice Specs Vaporeon on the channel before, was because
the 110.
Yeah, we have the 110, the special attacking water types, powerful special water types are.
Yep.
I don't want to say that they're scarce, but they are kind of limited.
But in comparison to the rest of the meta in 8th gen, they're very scarce.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Even think about something like Primarina's at 123. The difference between base 100 and base 123 is astronomical.
It is. It's, you know, and then like you think about the psychic types. How many psychic types are there with like 120 base special attack? Like even things like Bahia.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's.
So it's hard to find a really powerful Surf or Hydro Pump or Ice Beam in the meta. So the fact that you have really good coverage, it's got Shadow Ball, it's got Psychic, but you know the standard is Tail Glow, Water, Ice, Grass, which I agree that's the set that I run. That's the Poncho spread. Whether you go Grass Knot or Energy Ball, in my opinion, doesn't really matter. This isn't a Dynamax format. I personally would go Energy Ball just on the consistency. It's always going to do this base 80. And yes, I understand that I'm trading off the potential to do more, but I'm also trading off that risk of doing less. So just my own personal preference. And then I do run Surf and I run Ice Beam. So just you know, there are some variations out there. You might see Blizzard, or I believe it gets Pump or Scald too.
It does not get Pump, interestingly enough.
No Pump, just the Scald that we see.
So I would say that's probably one of the last things to talk about as far as downfalls of this Pokemon, is that it doesn't get Hydro Pump.
Yeah.
So with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the things.
Which goes a long way. We've even run like mostly uninvested Rotom Wash, and his Hydro Pump does work. So Hydro Pump's a big deal.
Yeah. So with that all out of the way, let's talk about some of the good things about this Pokemon, and let's talk about why we think it could get banned. And I want to.
Well, first of all, Tail Glow's really strong.
Yeah. So Tail Glow, obviously, Tail Glow is literally reason number one.
Base 100 HP goes a long way, especially on Sweeper.
Yeah. So you've got this Pokemon that can get itself to +3 in one turn, and you know it has the bulk to survive and get up that +3.
Yeah.
Because it's got 100 base HP, defense, and special defense. So extremely bulky with a great pure water typing.
I was just gonna say, great typing too.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not hindered by any secondary typing.
Yep. And if you don't have Blissey, you don't have Unaware Clef, or certain things like that, then that +3 Scald or Surf is, it's gonna hurt.
Blow through the whole team.
It's gonna hurt. And on the converse side of, I said that 100 base speed is good, but things are faster. At the end of the day, 100 base speed is good.
100 base speed is great. Make no mistake, like we're talking highly competitive, like high ladder, 1400s minimum, and up. And in that scenario, like 100 is no slouch. Yeah. It's absolutely A+. But what it's not is S tier. It's not S-, S, or S+. It's a solid A+. Your parents would be more than happy to hang that on the fridge. It's just not the tippy top most echellon. Yeah, like even just standard things in the meta, like my boy Diddy, Infernape.
Yep.
Garchomp.
Yeah.
He outspeeds naturally. Both the Lotties outspeed.
Alakazam, Azelf.
What's his name? Gengar.
Choice Scarf Breloom is very common and very popular.
Like you could run Choice Specs Gengar, who gets access to Grass and Electric moves.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So there are quite a bit of things that still can outspeed him. And again, priority. But at the end of the day, like you said, we're only punching up here at the S's in terms of the speed tiers of OU. This is a super solid speed to be at base 100. You just have to know what the threats are, and that's kind of part of the metagame, especially on Showdown, when you have full access to full preview of your enemy's team.
Yeah. So I think that kind of covers like the strengths, the weaknesses, and the situation behind Manaphy.
You want to finish off with just a little bit of opinions?
Yeah, I want to get some verdicts here, and you don't actually have to give a definitive verdict of yes or no. You think it'll ban,
I think it's fun. Then we can come back and see, what our
guesses yeah. You guys can come back to the comment section tomorrow and be like, these guys are stupid. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you first.
I think it has potential to get banned. And my opinion is that's unfortunate. I don't think it's worthy of getting banned for one reason only. Latios is still OU.
Yes.
I don't see a world in BDSP where Latios is okay, but Manaphy is just too broken and Manaphys is the problem child that has to go. In my opinion, Latios is again, like we already talked about, it outspeeds and outdamages.
Yeah, and I believe
30 is insane.
I believe that I believe that Manaphy has to run a certain amount of HP investment to live Draco Meteor.
Which again, you're taking away from either its speed, which we've already talked about, is good but not the best.
Yeah,
it's a great speed tier, but it's not the top, and you need its special attack because at the end of the day, it's only base 100.
Yeah. Choice Specs Draco Meteor does 92 to 109% to the standard, the speedy version, the 252 special attack. I'm going to slap Thunderbolt on here and see. Because Thunderbolt is kind of like a must-have, in my opinion.
In my opinion, I never leave home without Bolt Beam.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Thunderbolt does less. It's 86 to 101. But let's consider Stealth Rock. So if Manaphy comes in on Stealth Rock, then Draco Meteor is guaranteed if you hit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, no, that's an interesting.
Is that what Latios was there?
That was Choice Specs Timid Latios.
Yeah.
So Justin, is that kind of have you wrapped up your thoughts on that? You think?
So I think it could get banned. I hope it does not get banned. If this was up to me, if I had the magic lamp, if I was king for a day, there's no way I would ban. This is going to be contentious, but I wouldn't ban anything in BDSP up to Ubers before Latios. Not Garchomp, not Manaphy. I don't think anything is. If let's put it this way, if Latios is not a problem for OU, nothing is.
Yeah,
that's currently legal.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off, and I'm gonna say that I agree with you for the most part. I do agree with you. I think I would like to see this Pokemon stay because I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I never see this Pokemon on the ladder. Never.
And we have two different Smurf accounts that are 14 plus.
Yeah,
this is not low ladder testing when we're just kind of messing around. This is our like actual grinding accounts, which we've shown on the channel sometimes. But I see 1,000 times more Clef and or Blissey than I do Manaphy.
Same. I never
just
see
as
Manaphy.
An example for something we've already mentioned, and Latios too. I see 1,000 times more Latios than I ever see Manaphy.
Yep. So
and not only that, the amount of times where not only have I seen Latios, but it has made an impression in my mind where I can think back like, oh yeah, I remember that time we got wrecked by that Latios.
Yeah, I don't have that with Manaphy,
Exactly. I'm not saying that I haven't come across Manaphys that haven't given me problems, been a big hurdle or speed bump to get through, done good damage, but given me, oh boy, how do we get through this? No, that's absolutely been the problem. And I'm sure there's been Manaphys that have beaten me before, but there's never been a time where I feel like my entire team building has to go back to square one because, oops, we didn't have a Manaphy check.
Exactly. And that's where these bans come in. Is like,
yeah,
if you're building a team
and no steal, you're asking to be Draco'd to death.
Yes, yeah, and that's where these things come into play for me. If it's so restricting that I literally have to plan around it.
At the team building stage, it's a 100% must. In high ladder building on Showdown, you absolute must bring answers, plural, for the dragons in the meta, both Garchomp and Latios.
Yeah.
You have to have answers to take them out. You have to have ice type attacks. You have to have switch-ins and or immunities, not just resistances. Because as we've seen, even a steel type just gets wrecked by Draco, depending on the stats and or the mon.
Yep. So to wrap this up, for me personally, I would like to see it stay in a tier because I think this is a very wonderfully balanced metagame. I don't think that I'm echoing your sentiments here. I don't think anything. I don't think anything in this metagame is like, oh, we have to get rid of this because it's destroying the meta. I think Rain was an archetype.
The fact that they already banned Drizzle, that was the problem. Right?
Yes. Yeah, that was a big part of it.
And I'm not saying that I don't think that Latios is not a problem, and I don't think Brandon is either. What we're saying is, if Smogon had already tested Latios by the time this video had been recorded.
Yeah,
they have already. That's true. That's factual. And they decided Latios was not too. We'll just use the term broken, but it's just a big umbrella term. Obviously, word it however you want in your own mind. But if they deemed that Latios was not too broken for OU, that's the pinnacle. Nothing else is as broken as her in OU.
I agree. I think Latios is like the best offensive Pokemon in the metagame.
And that's understanding that we just spent 10 minutes bashing special attackers. Or not bashing, but being, in our opinion, honestly critical of special attackers. Yeah, and we're still saying Latios is that strong.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's my thoughts. I would like to see this Pokemon stay. I understand if it gets banned. If it gets banned, I understand and I won't cry about it.
Yeah. I think we're simpatico there. Like we disagree, but it's not like a hill we're willing to die on. It's not like it's our favorite poke. But yeah, in our personal opinion, in 1400 plus ladder, she's just not that common, and when she is, she's not that impactful. Not that she's bad, she's just not broken.
Yeah. So that's it for the vid, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Let us know if you think Manaphys should get banned, or if you see this tomorrow, let us know if you agree.
Please let us know what you think, and if it is hindsight, do you agree or disagree with the ban or not ban?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. That's going to be the whole video. Until next time, I have been Zero.
And I'm Justin.
Class is dismissed.